Hello, I am Pascal Olzak, and today I am here with Elena Starr, a fast pitch softball player here at Plum High School. How are you doing today, Elena?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing good, thanks for asking. So, when did you start playing softball and why did you start?
I started playing softball when I was around 6 because my brothers had played baseball and I grew up around that and just always wanted to play.
It's great that it stayed in the family and just all of you played. So, what position do you play? What is the hardest part about playing this position?
I play second base, and I'd say the hardest part, there really actually isn't one, to be honest.
Sounds like a really good position to play then. So, you guys had a good season last year. Do you think you will exceed your expectations of the last season?
I do. We have a very strong, people for pitching and everything, so I think that we'll have a great season.
Well, I hope you guys have a great season as well. So, what are your individual goals for this upcoming season? The team's goals?
The team's goal is definitely to make sections and definitely make it past first round of playoffs. My personal goal is definitely just make sure all the to help the freshmen and just adjust to the fast pitch world.
It's definitely good to be a great role model for those freshmen coming up because then they are the future of the program. So, what do you need to accomplish these goals? What do you need to do to accomplish these goals?
We just need to make sure that the freshmen are all on the same page and that we're not all working as individual people, that we all come together and work together.
Yeah, you just need to be a well-oiled machine. So, what is your favorite memory playing softball?
My favorite memory was when I hit a foul ball and it went directly into the cage, but it scared the one coach that was sitting on the bucket because it went right between his eyes. But luckily it's a memory that we can just both laugh out now, and no one was hurt.
Yeah, that's definitely a really funny memory. So, as your last question, as you are a senior on the softball team, what is your advice for the upcoming freshmen for the season?
Don't take your seasons for granted, because I definitely did when I was younger, and I regret not just living in the moment and just rushed through it.
Yeah, I agree. It definitely goes by really quick. So that's all the questions we had for you today. I thank you for your time, Elena, and now I am going to be sending it back to the studio.
Hello, today we are here with spring athlete Caden Anderson, and we have some questions for him today. First, what sport do you play and how long have you been playing it for?
I play lacrosse and I've been playing for about 4 years.
Sounds fun. What is the most challenging part of playing this sport?
The most challenging part of playing this sport is probably having a losing season for as long as I've been playing.
Sounds bad. What is the most rewarding part of playing lacrosse?
The most rewarding part is probably just being able to have friends on the team and build chemistry with them.
Sounds fun. Who influenced you to play this sport and what keeps you going?
Ben Hartley influenced me to play this sport and just playing.
Ben Hartley's a very influential man. Do you see yourself continuing this sport in the future?
Yeah.
All right. Who's your role model in lacrosse and why?
My role model is probably Paul Rabel because he's just so good at attack.
Would you care to explain who that is?
He started the PPL, the Professional Lacrosse League, and he went to Notre Dame, I think.
Final question. What do you enjoy about lacrosse and why?
I enjoy just playing the sport and being with my friends.
All right. Thank you for your time, Caden. Back to the studio.
Hi, I'm Jack Tongel, TV3 student here at Plum High School, and I'm here with Colin Watson, a Plum baseball player. How are you doing today?
Doing pretty good.
All right, I got a couple questions for you. So my first question is, how is the baseball team doing this year?
We're not playing bad, but we're not playing like we should be playing, so these next couple weeks we have to turn up and start winning some games.
Yeah, that kind of leads right into my next question. What do you think you have to do to improve and make those strides that you have to make?
Continue making the routine play, compete with every pitch that's thrown, and just try to manufacture more runs.
Yeah, for sure. Is there any team coming up that you are really excited to play?
Probably Franklin. We swept them last year, so they're not gonna want to get swept again, but we're gonna do it again too.
For sure. And then, what is your favorite thing about this year's team?
Probably the lineup depth we have. Our lineup's really deep. It's like 1 through 9. Everyone can swing the bat, but we just gotta, like I said, get people on base, manufacture runs to win ball games.
Yeah, my last question is, if there's one thing that everyone could improve on as a team, as a whole, what would that be?
I'd try to say 2-strike approach. First couple weeks we're striking out a lot, so if we get that figured out, we'll be good.
Yeah, good luck this year.
Thank you.
Back to you.
I'm Dylan Overcash, a TV3 student. I'm here with Eric Struzik on the Plum Baseball varsity team. What position do you play and why do you play it?
I'm a pitcher and outfielder, and I pitch mainly because I love to compete and show that I'm better than everybody. And just striking people out's fun, walking around the mound, getting the ball back, and I don't know. In center field, I just like to run around and catch balls. That's pretty much it.
So in your opinion, what do you think makes you a team leader and captain on this team?
It's kind of hard to answer that question, but I'm going to have to say just I played varsity baseball for 4 years, and I know the system. I know pretty much everything that there is with Plum Baseball and how we prepare ourselves for games, and in that case, I would say I'm a leader.
That's great. What's one goal that you yourself would like to complete this baseball season?
One goal I would love to compete is winning the section and making a good run in playoffs, and yeah, just making it farther than we did last year. But the PT, those 2 games were kind of rough, but we could bounce back with a couple wins.
Yeah. What is one team that you guys would like to beat this year and why?
Well, the team that we really wanted to sweep was PT, but now I'm saying that probably we're looking forward to NA on Friday because that's a big statement game. It's going to be a primetime game, and they have a lot of good arms going to really good schools that I think it's going to be a good matchup.
That's great. What's your favorite memory and what made it so special from Plum Baseball?
My favorite memory is in Florida with Jake Domkowski when he slid into third base, knocked his head, and I don't know if it was Vollmer that asked him, but somebody asked him, like, what's your mom's name? And he said, Mom. I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. In your opinion, what is the best game you ever played, and what do you think made you play so well in that game?
The best game I've ever played was probably the PT home series last year. I don't know what made me play so well, but I think it was the first batter. I threw it behind his back, and I feel like it just like made them think like, oh. So then I think I struck out like 9 or something like that, and I don't remember the score of the game, but I know it was a great game.
Yeah. And at one point in your baseball career, do you think you took that next step to being a great player of your ability, and what do you think made you take that next step?
I think what made me take that big step was just getting into high school baseball, because I don't know, it's like so much hard work you put in every day, and lifting, running, like everything, all that just jammed together, and the time management, just that aspect made me just become the player I am today.
All right, thank you, Eric, and back to the studio.
Hello, my name is Jacob Sean. I'm here with Plum baseball player Matthew Glassman. How are you doing today, Matthew?
Doing awesome.
How is the season going so far for the Plum varsity baseball team?
Hasn't been the best start, but we're looking to turn that around.
So how do you think you've been playing?
I've been playing good.
All right. Is there anything you guys work on that contributed to wins this year?
Probably just reps, making the routine play.
Is there anything you guys learned from last year's semifinal loss?
Just gotta contribute more hits, gotta bat through the lineup more, stuff like that.
At the time of recording this, Plum is 4-4 with a 3-game losing streak. How do you think guys would turn it around?
We gotta get the bats moving, definitely make the routine play, and Colin's gotta pitch a good game.
And what was the most memorable moment from the Florida trip this year?
Most memorable moment, probably, we did pretty good down there. We only lost 1 game, so that was pretty nice.
Now, what will you work on to get better during the season?
Definitely getting the bats going. That's the key opponent.
All right. Back to you.
Hi, I'm Kate Joyce, and today I'm here with one of our spring athletes here at Plum High School, Rayla Smith. Today we're going to be talking about her season. How are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. All right, first question. So I hear you're a pretty good lacrosse player. So how did that journey start? How did you start playing lacrosse?
Well, I played softball in the spring, and then I just didn't really have a lot of interest. And lacrosse was just starting up in Plum, so I went to a clinic, and I really liked it, so I kept playing.
Awesome. All right, next question. What was it like joining the team freshman year?
It was definitely, I was definitely nervous for sure, but I started varsity my freshman year, so that's also I was a little nervous. But it was really great to, my team was really supportive of me, and even if I made a mistake, they would just tell me to keep going, which was good.
Well, I feel like each year you guys get better. So, all right, what is your favorite tradition that you do with your teammates?
Some of my teammates, we go to wing night every Wednesday at Carnivores, which is really fun.
I love carnivores. All right. Last year, your team won the section for the first time ever. How was that experience, and do you think you could do it again this year?
It was a great experience, definitely being the first team for lacrosse winning the section in Plum. But this year, I definitely think we have a chance. We just have to keep winning our games.
Well, best of luck to you guys. Okay, so you're going to Gannon for lacrosse. Are you excited to play, and have you met any of your future teammates?
Yeah, I actually went up there for a visit, and I stayed overnight, and I met a lot of teammates, and they're really nice girls, and the coaches are really nice as well. I'm really excited to play next year.
Well, best of luck to you. All right, last question. If you had one piece of advice for future players, what would it be?
Definitely, no matter what you're going through, just keep pushing. Don't give up. Never quit just because things aren't going your way. And in the end, it'll eventually go your way.
Okay. Well, thanks so much for taking some time to answer some questions. Back to the studio.
Hi, I'm Ann Tedesco, and I'm here interviewing Ruby McClintock, the spring athlete. So, Ruby, what position do you play, and have you always played this position?
So I play defense, and that's been like my main position on varsity, but on junior varsity I've kind of just played around here and there, like on midfield and attack, but defense is definitely my main position.
That's really cool. How long have you been playing lacrosse, and do you plan to continue in college?
So I started my freshman year, so I've been playing for 4 years now, but I don't really plan on playing in college just because, I don't know, I feel like sports in college are definitely more difficult.
Yeah, I agree. What is your overall record last year? How is it looking to be this year?
Our record last year, we went 14-3, so that was really good. This year, we're kind of early in the season, so I'm not really too sure how the record's going to be this year, but right now I want to say that we're 3-2 right now.
That's really awesome. Who do you think the MVP of the team is, and why?
In my opinion, I think Rayla Smith, number 4, is our MVP. She just scored her 200th goal, which is really awesome, so I would say her.
Yeah, that's very impressive. What games will be the hardest to beat?
I think Indiana will be our hardest matchup. Indiana's a really great team. It was really close last year. It was an aggressive game, but I know that we're better.
I love the confidence. What is your most memorable lacrosse moment you've made?
I want to say the most memorable moment made would be winning the section last year and dumping water all over our coaches.
That's hilarious. You said you started playing your freshman year. What made you want to play?
My friend Fia, she doesn't play anymore, but she definitely motivated me to play, and I'm glad that I made that decision.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Hi, I'm Matt Lowe, and I'm joined today by Sean Francie, senior player on the baseball team. How are you today?
I'm doing good today.
That's good. First off, can you describe how the start of the season has been for you and your team?
Yeah, so we've played 8 games so far. We are 4-4. We're on a little losing streak right now, 3 in a row, but we played some good competition. And we've been battling, haven't gone away a couple of games, but we're still doing pretty good.
Do you find your section difficult to compete against? If so, why?
Yeah, so last year we had 4 or 5 teams that went really far in the playoffs, and this year almost all the teams are returning the same players, so we're in a very difficult section.
How was the offseason preparation for this season? Do you think it will help you guys beat your toughest opponents?
Yeah, so we were 3 days a week in the offseason, lifting and hitting and running, and I think that's more than a lot of the other teams, and it'll help us in season.
That's good. Is baseball your favorite sport to play? Please explain why. If not, what other sport is your favorite and why?
I don't know. It's between either football or baseball. They're both fun. They're very different in both ways, and that's why I love them so much, because they're so different, and I just love both of them.
Well, we know you play football, also basketball. Before starting baseball, and out of the sports you've played, which of those is your favorite out of all 3?
Out of the 3, I would probably say baseball. And I think it's the best sport out of the 3. Yeah. That's good.
And lastly, are you thinking of pursuing baseball on the collegiate level? If not, do you plan on playing any sport in that future?
I don't know about baseball, but I'm currently committed to Edinburgh for football.
That's good. Well, thank you, Sean, for today. Back to you guys.
Hello, I'm Lauren Letzolder, and I'm here today with the senior on the lacrosse team, Sophie Anderson. How are you doing today?
I'm great. How are you?
Pretty good. So my first question for you is, after winning a section last year, what are your goals as a team this year?
Well, of course, we'd love to win the section again, get the second number up there on the banner. And we'd also really like to make it pretty far in playoffs this year and see how far of a run we can make.
Awesome. As a captain on the team, what are some of the specific roles you have?
There's a lot, encouraging the younger girls, being there, answering questions. We've had a couple different coaching changes this year, so just being there, being consistent every day for the younger girls and helping them, show them, and guide them through the practices and games.
Awesome. Who will be your biggest competitor this season and why?
Our 2 toughest games this year, I'm going to say, are going to be PT and Indiana. They're both away, which sucks for us, but, they're games that we can win, and I just think we need to all come together and play as a team.
I think you'll be all right. If you weren't a midfielder, what position would you want to play?
I would say defense. I'm going to college as a defender, so that's probably what I would pick. I like playing midi, but overall I prefer the defensive end of things than the attacking end.
Interesting. This is your final season on Plum's lacrosse team, and what is your favorite memory from over the years?
My favorite memory definitely was from last year when we beat Hampton to win the section and secure it, and just the bus ride home from that game was ecstatic. We never really thought that we were going to win. We kind of just came through and played our game, and things turned out well for us.
That's great. And in conclusion, how excited are you about continuing your athletic career at Frostburg University?
I'm so excited. It's going to be a little different. It's a pretty big team, so I'm going to have to compete for my spot and everything, which I'm fully prepared to do, but I'm really excited for the next steps.
I think you'll do really well. Thank you so much for this interview, and I wish you good luck in your final season.
Hi, my name is Sophia Strasser, TV3 student, and I'm here with
Mary Brecker.
And she is on our school's track and field team, and she throws javelin. So can you tell us a little bit about how you started throwing javelin?
In 10th grade, I joined the track team, and basically I wanted to only do discus, but then my coach was like, you should try to do javelin. And so with the help of him and some of my other friends, I started throwing it.
And what does a meet look like for you?
So we'll probably set up and unload anything if it's an away meet, and then we usually do a team warm up. Unless it's an invite, then we do them individually. And then either you'll start the events and then you'll get your scores.
Right. Okay. Would you say track is an easy sport, and why?
I think it depends on if you get the hang of it or not. If it comes easily to you, then it'll be easy, but it's definitely challenging to like get up there and get your scores high.
Yeah. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how, like 10 being the hardest?
I'd say like a 6 because it's not hard, but it's challenging once you're trying to increase your scores.
Okay. What's your favorite part of throwing javelin or discus?
With javelin, I really like how like you just like know it's a good throw. Like once you release, you know if it's gonna go far, if it's not. Especially and that's with discus too. Like you throw and you just know.
So how does scoring work, and what is your personal average?
So for scoring, it's basically wherever your javelin or your discus or your shot put lands first, and that's where they measure from. And then they have this huge tape measure, and they measure from the circle. My average for discus, I'd say like upper 80s, lower 90s is my average.
Is that good?
Yeah, that's pretty good, I think. And javelin, I'd say in the 80s is my average.
And what is a highlight of your high school career?
On our recent Altoona Igloo invite, I got 7th place in discus, and I got a little medal, or not a medal, but a ribbon. It was pretty cool.
Really cool. Okay, so that's all I have today. Back to the studio.